Hi folks, welcome to Value Add. Topic for today is how to have long and fun conversations with someone. Okay, so this was a big problem for me for quite a while until I sorted it out. Now, what do you do for this is basically take the responsibility for the conversation. Because most people, when they're talking, they don't want to take the burden of the responsibility of a conversation. They just want to be like, okay, something interesting, okay, then let's just talk. And if they have nothing to talk, they'll be like, uh, I have nothing to say. So what you can do is, if you really want to have a conversation, you want to have a fun time with someone, you want to have good long, energetic conversation. First of all, you have to be responsible for your level of energy in the conversation. You can't be like, oh, I am so, no. Well, that will make the other person fall asleep. So make sure your energy is always high. That is one important thing. Then the next thing is while you are having that conversation, the topics can be anything. Pick up anything and then make it into a thread. Okay, so like say you're talking about a pencil. So what are the first few things that come about the pencil in your mind? They come like, okay, pencil is black in color, it's long or it's short, or it is HB pencils versus some other company pencils. Okay, these are three topics. Natraj pencils. Okay, so now you have like different companies. These are the thoughts that come to your head regarding a pencil. So now you're talking about that. So you say, okay, so a pencil is. I used to always have like these small pencils when I was in my during my school days. They used to always be like tiny pencils, and then from there you went. Now you're talking about this, and within that a subject will come up, like say in this case it was short pencils, tiny pencils, and so you can pick up from there. Now the word tiny, what does that remind you of? Say 3 4 things it reminds you of. Okay, either you say that, okay, speaking of which, you are very tiny, or it could be like something about, okay, the word tiny, what will it, it may remind you of other things like your I used to carry too many some like I used to have a whole box full of compass sharpener. So even though it may not, like the word tiny may just give you 1 or 2 ideas, but then that subject which you are talking about may give you another 3 4 ideas. Pick up on that thread and then start say a sentence or two about that. From there you pick up on another thread. Now I know that sounds very funny, like you can't just keep talking, blabbering about something or the other on and on. Still, when you do it, what happens is that you are ending up making it interesting. It's like a train of thought, except it's verbal. Now eventually somebody will say something while you're going on and on, you're enjoying yourself. You're saying something about that is relatable to you, that's relatable to the other person in front of you, and you're like, okay, fine, this. Now you're not going to be talking about pencils. You're going to be talking about topics that are relevant today. Like so maybe from the pencil you transition to this pencil in John Wick. Okay, so now you talked about some pop culture topic, and you said, okay, the John Wick can kill a person with a pencil. I wonder if he can kill a person with this small pencil. Something like that. You can keep coming up with fun topics, and they can keep one topic. John Wick, from John Wick you can talk about another picture, that is other John Wick 1 and John Wick 2 and John Wick 3, and within John Wick 3, I don't know, so many things you can just keep transitioning on and on and on. So that's a way you can have a fun long conversation, and you take the burden of the responsibility of just talking until the other person is like, now they want to talk. Okay, now that they want to talk, give them the space to talk. In fact, let them be the person who's talking more. Initially they'll be talking only maybe 10%, then eventually they'll talk 20%, and then they'll want to talk 100% of the time. Give them space as well. So make it 80-20. You be the 20 eventually. You may have to start with being the 80-20, right? So that's the way in which you can have fun, long, energetic conversations, and be the life of the party, be the life of wherever you are. Cheers.